We certainly do, John. It's the men's 60-meter hurdles now. 5 barriers over 60 meters. Omar McLeod, the Olympic champion from Arkansas and Jamaica, set that record at this meet last year. And there's the true freshman, Grant Holloway. He has captured an SEC conference title, but is being realistic about performing on this national stage.
Let's take a look at this man who stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. Takes a while to uncoil from the blocks. Some of the shorter guys get just a little bit of a step on him, but he measures the steps to the hurdle really well. 7 steps to that first hurdle, and then you have to get into the rhythm, and you have to make sure when you're as tall as he is that you don't get too close to the hurdle. You wind up shuffling just a little bit. Holloway worked hard even the 2 days before the meet started, watching him in practice, and he is just outside among the 10 best in the world in this event so far this indoor season.
Well, as a Florida freshman, he is really impressed. He called up Coach Holloway, said, I don't want to play football, I want to run track. And right next to him, this young man from Youngstown State, the Penguins, Chad Zallo, just a sophomore, looked very, very strong in the prelims yesterday.
Dwight, he turned down offers to go to Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame, Michigan. He said, I want to stay close to home. He's from that area right there. And he is Brad Corby, his coach. And his head coach has just said he's just been an amazing, coachable young man. He's improved his 60, and he's got an explosive start. Let's see if he can get a bit of a lead, and whether he can hold it on Holloway, we'll know shortly.
Holloway in 4, Zallo in 5. A good reaction by Zallo. It's Zallo and Holloway. Now here comes Holloway. Now he takes over. It is the young freshman as he jumps across the finish tape to win his first of what I'm certain will be multiple NCAA titles. 7.58.
That ties the fastest time he has run this year. And these guys have just run so well. He goes over and gives Coach Holloway, the head coach, a hug. And watch, 3 guys pretty much even. Zallo might have had a little bit of a lead there. However, he hit the second hurdle and then absolutely unfettered, charging across the line, Grant Holloway. What a blue chip athlete. Show you how good Holloway is. He won the New Balance Indoor Championships his senior year of high school, indoors in the pentathlon. What an all-around athlete this man is. He said, I want an Olympic gold medal. I'm going to give up football and focus on track and field.
So he saves his best or equal best for last. Grant Holloway 7:58, tying the collegiate lead and his personal best. Freddie Crittenden ends up second, Zallo third, and the champion is downstairs with John.
Grant Holloway getting congratulations from the other competitors. How's the title national champ sound to you?
Speechless. Just been working hard since I came in June. Just anything's possible when you believe in God and you got great training staff.
Went over there and got a great hug from Coach Holloway. Anything said between the two of you there?
Just told me to calm down because he know how I felt. Just been working hard, and it all just came into play today.
You did it without the sleeve. I thought I'd get to see the sleeve, man.
Probably 4x4.
You ready for that?
Yeah, I will be.
Congratulations on the first of what we probably will be many national championships.
Next event on the track is the men's 110 hurdles. Skeets Nehemiah, still the collegiate record holder. Devin Allen, the meet record holder, and Devin Williams, the decathlete. Devin Williams has the best time in the country this year amongst the collegians. Let's take a look at how these guys got here. Back on Wednesday's semifinal, it was David Kinzera of Illinois who came from behind.
I was impressed with his quickness. Watch his lead leg, his right lead leg get down. He's very quick, quicker than the rest over the hurdle. And he ran a season's best here for him, 13.39 seconds.
In the second semifinal, it was Reuben Walters of Alabama chopping wood the whole way, but still managed to win the heat.
Now you can do that, but it all depends on how you hit the hurdle. Sometimes you ride it with your thigh, or you catch it just gently with the back trail leg. Here is the man that everybody kind of is focused on, and beside him from Iowa, another top talent, Aaron Mallett from Iowa in the gold. But pulling away nicely and looking very quick and solid, just a freshman star, is Grant Holloway. Should be a very interesting final.
He has been a very busy young man here in Eugene, as he was second in the long jump earlier in the meet and ran on both relays. This fabulous freshman says the key to winning is easy. Just listen to your coach.
When you go out there, set up your blocks, and you get ready to go out there to jump, it's just you already know what is expected of you. You just got to go out there and execute, and that's what Coach Holloway has been demanding since day one I stepped foot on campus. He just demands to us that we go out there and execute, and we push the button when we need to push it.
Coach Holloway knows what buttons to push with athletes. He's great and a leader, been an Olympic coach. And he had a phone call from this young man on your screen saying, I don't want to play football. He had football scholarship offers. He said, I want to be a track guy. My goal is the Olympic gold medal. I think you can help me get there. And he's had a great freshman year, finishing second in the long jump. He went out over 26 feet. This is Aaron Mallett. Mallett is the Big Ten champion and had the best time coming in of the athletes, and is somebody to watch. And Grant Holloway beat him in their semifinal heat.
Florida really depending on Grant Holloway to score high here. He is the reigning NCAA indoor 60-meter hurdles champion. But can he translate that outdoors? It's been a very, very busy and long season for the freshman. Can he hang on for one more great performance? He will be starting in lane 4. And on his left, just as he was in the semifinal, Aaron Mallett of Iowa. And Kenzera is on the other side of him on his right. Holloway with a good reaction to the gun, but the best reaction was for Reuben Walters of Alabama. Now here comes Holloway. Kenzera looks like he's out of it, so is Mallett. It's Holloway. Now here comes Kenzera. Can he make up the deficit? No. Grant Holloway wins the title, and 10 points for Florida.
757 all day! 757!
I'm not sure what he said. Do you know?
No, I have no idea. Good emotion, good reaction. The 4th freshman ever to win the 110-meter hurdles. We saw Devin Allen here in Oregon do that 3 years ago, and he was gone from the blocks.
Yes, you've got to get out fast, and he does. Gets that left lead leg, snap it down. The top coaches will always tell you, get your body directly over your lead leg as quickly and as close to the hurdle coming down as you can, and drive with it, and he does that very successfully. Take a look at it. Kenzera just didn't get out as quickly as the rest, never quite got back up. Mallett made up a little bit of ground, but he was beaten to the first and second hurdles, made it tough. Holloway, what a great, great talent he is. He may wind up scoring over 22 points when you include the relays in his share, Dwight, in this event.
Holloway, 13:49. The time is not important. It's the win. Reuben Walters did come up for second. Kenzera managed third. And Grant Holloway downstairs with our Jill Montgomery, who I know he adores.
I am not sure why he didn't play football. He literally just came over here and tackled me. You are a freshman. You have ran in both relays. You took second in the long jump. How in the world did you keep your composure and win this race?
I've been training in Florida since June. You know, I gave up football to come do special things on the track, and it's all finally starting to pay off on the right time.
You told me that you have watched this meet for 4 years. You're finally here. What do you want to say to these people?
I'm just glad to be here at Hayward Field, and I hope you guys don't get tired of me, because I'm not going to get tired of you guys.
Go enjoy this, buddy.
Thank you so much, Jill.
You're so welcome.
Only the second man ever to run this fast indoors under the age of 21. Wow. This collegiate event, as John said at the beginning of the show, is truly all-star.
He has not lost an NCAA championship race so far. He is the defending champion indoors. He will be the defending champion outdoors come June when we go to Eugene, Oregon to cover that event.
I don't think Dwight, despite everything he's achieved right now this year, he's in top shape. He was operated on last July. He was not able to start running again until the first week before Christmas. And this is what he's accomplished already in just 3 months of training after being out for over 10 weeks.
He has hinted at having something special here. We know the straightaway is fast. First order has to be to win the title, then he can go for the time. Holloway with a good start in lane 4. The only one in the field that takes 7 steps to the first hurdle. He's running away from it. Now it's just the clock. 7.47. He was willing himself to a faster time. That's a pretty darn good time to be disappointed in. He, of course, wins the title again. And misses the old collegiate record by just 200ths of a second, but just takes this field and just blows it away.
And when he ran his 7.42 seconds, a man he beat by 1/10 of a second, the Rio Olympic champion Omar McLeod was in the race. Watch him get out here. Takes a while when you're 6'3" and perhaps the biggest guy in the field to uncoil well, but he does it. He's so explosive. It's like downhill skiing. You know, you don't want to be airborne when you're a skier. You don't want to be airborne when you're a hurdler. The coaches continue to emphasize, stay on the ground, make it quick, and he did.
Well, there are only 2 hurdlers to run faster than that. It's Omar McLeod and Reggie Torian. Of course, Grant Holloway did it himself. So he repeats as NCAA champion. Antoine Lloyd of Nebraska gets 2nd. Ashton Davis of California is 3rd. But the repeat NCAA champion is downstairs with John Anderson.
Repeat champ, 7:47, second fastest time you've ever run. And yet, I would like you to be more excited, but take us through the race.
Good race, overall. Really just came out here just to get the 10 points. And wanted to run a faster time, but, got to be satisfied with this. Just not my time to run faster yet.
All right, how closely are you keeping an eye on the points for the team race?
I haven't even really been paying attention. I'm looking at it now. I really haven't paid attention, but I see we're about to get on the board again. So we're just going to continue to drive through. We got Keandre Clayton in the jumps right now, and we got a strong 4x4 that's ready to come out.
And I know this won't take long. I'll get the quick answer. So last night we make the big jump and the 5th long jump into first place and go run that. Our qualifier, because you said that's what?
Easy.
Easy. That's what we do. That's all it is. That's what we do. Upstairs, field events right now.
Well, with that disaster in the steeplechase to Brian Barraza of Houston, that's going to really sort of stifle their ability to get into the mix as we look at Ruben Walters. Holloway with a lot of pressure on him here to win because they need the points, but Ruben Walters will give him everything he can handle. He was 2nd in this race last year.
Well, Ruben Walters on paper and the times, he's run some outstanding times. We've seen him press a little bit in championship races. If he can run a clean race, he can run a fast race and challenge Grant Holloway, especially on a day like today when the conditions aren't so great. This rain in the face, water on the track, that sometimes is a little bit of an equalizer. The start's going to be very, very precarious for all of these athletes. They push so hard to get to the first hurdle. If anything goes wrong, it's usually between the start and the first hurdle in rainy conditions.
Of course, Ruben Walters and Grant Holloway are very familiar with each other, running against each other all year, as is this young man, Damian Thomas of LSU. 3 SEC hurdlers right in the middle of the track. And he was 8th at the 60-meter indoor hurdle race at the NCAA championships in March.
Well, he picked a fantastic time to run a personal best, 13:44 in the prelims. Just a freshman. You look down the list here, got a sophomore who's leading the country, leading the world, and a freshman right next to him. It says a lot about the hurdles in the years to come, not only in the SEC conference, but nationally.
And that is how the rest of the field will line up. Thomas in 3, Holloway in 4, Walters in 5. Also watch David Kinzera of Illinois. He is at both these 110 hurdles as well as the 400-meter hurdles later on in the afternoon. But it is all about Grant Holloway right now. He is 3 for 3 in NCAA championship hurdle finals. And with some hiccups that the Florida men have had over the last, at least over the semifinals, and some problems in the finals with field events, he really needs the 10 points this victory will bring him.
Watch Kinzera from Illinois. He really attacks the last 4 hurdles. The last part of the race is his best part.
4, back your fingers up, please. Set.
Holloway with a so-so start, but he's still over the first hurdle first, and he's already in control. Grant Holloway just needs to stay on his feet, stay out of trouble. Here comes David Kinzera on the inside. Here comes Damian Thomas. It's Thomas challenging. Whoa! That was way closer than it looked like it was going to be at about the 6th hurdle. It looked like he was going to run away with it And then Damian Thomas and David Kinzera came like a house on fire the last 3 hurdles, and Holloway holds them off. It ain't about the time, it's about the victory.
Well, this was an outstanding start for Grant Holloway. He did get to the first hurdle and managed to run it very well, and he was clear of the field through 5 hurdles. And on the inside, Damian Thomas, you wondered why he was so close. Well, the time just wasn't really that fast. Damian Thomas, though, did a good job of running his own race in his own lane, but you see what just makes Grant Holloway just such a great hurdler. He's stepping down over the hurdles while everybody's jumping into them. But I think Damian Thomas to his left, I don't think Grant could see him. He just kind of felt him at the last second. But look how square, look how still Holloway's head and shoulders are as he gets over those hurdles. That's what makes a great hurdler.
The last guy to repeat as 110-meter hurdler was another Florida Gator, Josh Walker, back in 2004, 2005. Boy, the Gators need those points. Holloway wins it by a slim 100th of a second over David Kinzera, who really came on the last 3 hurdles, as you said, Dan, and he has to get ready for the 400 hurdles later. Damian Thomas picking up 3rd for the Tigers of LSU, and Grant Holloway downstairs with John.
Grant Holloway, it was a blowout right up until the end when it wasn't. Comfortable over the 6th, 7th hurdle. How did it get so close late?
Just break the form, lack of focus on my part. I'm not really worried about it. At the end of the day, 10 points for the team like always, and another national title.
Yep, at this point, the first place is first place or no place sort of in your drive for the championship. But how much did the long jump fire you up for today?
It fired me up a lot, you know. But then also, my mom back at home just sent me a text saying, you know, do what you do best. So thank you, Mom. I love you. And thank you for everything that you do for me. And thank you for always supporting me.
All right. And you said after the race the other day, or after the race in the long jump, you needed to get rested up and you got to get prayed up. Now, do we have to do that for the 4x4 as well?
Always got to pray. Pray is the first thing you got to do, John.
Grant Holloway, champion again in the hurdles.
Holloway 4 for 4 now in NCAA championship hurdle finals, but that one was a tough one, and the pressure was on him for those 10 points for the Florida Gators. He delivered. All right, John, let's take a look at the men's standings coming into this featured 60-meter hurdle race. LSU with a 7-point lead over Georgia and North Dakota State, as well as Wisconsin, and Stanford and Alabama lurking very closely. Lots of racing and throwing and jumping left to go. Here's the 60-meter hurdles final. Grant Holloway is already the collegiate record holder and twice defending NCAA champion. He has everything: the meet record, the collegiate, the world best, the whole Megillah. That's Grant Holloway, but we're going to first look at this young man, Trey Cunningham from Florida State, who pressed him yesterday.
Well, Trey Cunningham ran the cleanest race and got one of the best starts I've seen him have in the last 2 years that I've been watching this young man, the ACC indoor champion, 755. But this guy, this is who everybody came to see. Grant Holloway, the two-time defending NCAA indoor champ. He is going for his 5th NCAA title right here.
Ran 7:44 and made it look like a walk in the park yesterday. He is trying to get all 10, the top 10 collegiate marks in this event on the all-time list, and he's got 8 of them. Holloway in 4, Cunningham in 5. Watch Holloway's start. Holloway out well, 7 steps to the first hurdle, and he's right there with Daniel Roberts. Daniel Roberts of Kentucky pressed him all the way at the SEC meet, but the same outcome as 2 weeks ago. 7:36 unofficial, 7:35 corrected. Unbelievable time for Grant Holloway, and an equally great performance by Daniel Roberts. And that is going to put Grant Holloway number 3 performer all-time world in the 60-meter hurdles. Daniel Roberts ran 7:41, a huge personal best for the Wildcat. Well, there you see Grant Holloway's been working on his start by means of running an open 60.
but he ran such a clean race yesterday in the prelims, and I thought if he can run a clean race in the finals, it will be fast. But you see Daniel Roberts, we didn't talk about him on the Open, but he gave Grant Holloway as much as he could handle at the SEC Championships, and I think because Roberts was there, it caused Grant to really tighten up and run just that much faster. He had to run away from Roberts from the last hurdle of the line, and he did that very, very well.
Well, if you were watching closely, Grant Holloway hit the first hurdle a little bit, but he has so much momentum out of that start and those 7 strides to the first hurdle. Grant Holloway, collegiate record by a ton, 7/100ths of a second. He clips off his own record, but Daniel Roberts is screwing up his top 10 because that at 7:41 for second place is a heck of a time for Roberts. What a great race. It lived up to the hype. It's critical to get runners into finals as we're now ready for the men's 60. Christian Coleman, the world indoor record holder, has the collegiate record as well, along with Leonard Miles Mills. As we take a look first at Divine Oduduru for Texas Tech, he's their key to any chance at a team title.
Well, we'll see him also in the 200 meters. He's the favorite in the 200 meters. I think that's probably a better event for him, but this is a man, again, everybody came to see this guy. Nobody has won the hurdles and the 60-meter open for 18 years. Terrence Trammell was the last man to do it for South Carolina.
By the way, Holloway's hurdle time was an American record as well as a collegiate record. Holloway out of lane 4. Great start just like got in the hurdles. It is Grant Holloway. He's going to turn the trick. Not since Terrence Trammell. He wins and equals his collegiate leading time. No, it's corrected down. 6:50, a new collegiate leading time in the 60 meters for Grant Holloway. So third in the long jump yesterday. He does the double with the 60-meter hurdles and the 60 meters, and now it's a matter of how many points did Florida earn with those 3 finalists in this 60-meter dash.
Well, we've certainly seen Grant Holloway start better than this, and I'm not sure if he got a bad start or everybody else just got a really good start, but he had to work in the middle of this 60, more so than I've had to see him work all season long, but he does a wonderful job of holding his composure, letting the line come to him, and really using his arms.
So Grant Holloway, as we see, he gets really pumped up. He's a huge team player. He had 3 finalists in that race. They were first and third, I'm trying to pick up, and 6th. So that's 16 and 3. That's 19 points for Florida in that 60-meter dash, and they're just down to the thousandths. Grant Holloway gets a new collegiate best, and now he gets to spend a little time with John Anderson before he runs the 4x4. John?
All right, Terrence Trammell's taking a beating today. He was a guy that had a share of the American record. That's gone. He was the last guy to win the 60 hurdles. You've replaced him here. Which one do you want to start with? Which race?
You tell me, John.
All right, let's start with you finally chased down 7:35 in the hurdles.
I'm still speechless. I had one back there, and, after the race, it was just kind of shell shock at the point, but, God doesn't put us on this earth so we can accomplish as many things as we want. He knows. He knew it from the jump. I just had to go out, execute the race. Just to come out here and get another big 10 points for the Gators and not be selfish, that's another thing.
Why are you shell-shocked? You've been chasing that. You've been working out. Guys thought you could do it.
Right, I'm still speechless, Just all the hard work I put in, dedication, time, doing things, just to lead up to that. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I'm happy with it. I just want to do more now.
Grant Holloway, that's as talkative as a speechless guy can get right there. He's got to go do the 4x4, try to get some more points for the Gators.
Finally down to the finals as we get ready for the very first final on the track, the 4x100 meter relay. You see the records there. Set by Houston last year. They did not advance their 4x100 team to these championships this year. That could become a factor here in Austin. We are looking particularly at Florida, who will be starting in lane 5.
Well, the 2 studs for Florida will run the second and the third leg. We'll see Hakeem Sonny Brown take that second leg duties, and then Grant Holloway, the hurdler, will take that third leg.
And there's the teammates in the order they will handle the baton. They will be in lane 5. 2 lanes outside of them, Texas Tech, the #1 ranked team in the country overall. They advanced 7 to the finals total. And they have got some good personnel as well.
Divine Oduduru will take the second leg duties there, and he'll pass to Andrew Hudson. Divine Oduduru, the favorite here in the 100 meters and 200 meters. But the second leg is always an area where you can put your best runner. And you'll see a lot of college teams construct their team with their best and fastest runners on that second leg. You get them the baton early, they hand it late, they can run about almost 115, 120 meters on their leg.
So all the pressure and all the eyes on Texas Tech because of their #1 ranking, both indoors and outdoors at the Indoor NCAA Championships. They end up 5th as a team, but they are expected to be, they are the favorites here, and they expect to be chased by Houston all day long.
Well, we were all shocked to see those regional results where Houston didn't get through their 4x1, and that could definitely haunt them later in this meet. Just not as many scoring chances, but Texas Tech, they've got people qualified. They've got the most people in scoring positions. Florida is going to be limited on the number and the amount of scoring they can do because they just don't fill up all the events quite like Texas Tech does.
So there is the leadoff runner for Florida, Raymond Ikevwo, and their outstanding sprinter from Japan, Hakeem Sani Brown, will handle the second leg duties, as will Divine Oduduru for Texas Tech. They will go head-to-head on the backstretch. From the inside, it's Purdue, Oregon, and Florida State. Then Florida, LSU, Texas Tech, and on the outside, Arkansas and North Carolina A&T. Good pass for the Red Raiders. No, they dropped the baton. Oh my gosh. Tech out of the 4x1. That changes everything. There's Grant Holloway for Florida. And inside them, Florida State moving well as Oregon. No Tech. Oh, I've got the wrong uniform for Tech. But here's Florida. Florida and Ryan Clark is going to win the 4x100. Texas Tech ended up in 3rd. I thought they were in black uniforms. My mistake. And that time breaks Houston's record set last year. TCU had that record forever. Houston breaks it last year, and now it belongs to Florida.
Well, that was Florida State on the inside who dropped the baton there. But here's a second exchange. You see Florida on the inside, Hakeem Sani Brown to Grant Holloway. Quick exchange there. As soon as they get it passed into the exchange zone, boom, Grant Holloway's got it, and he runs a spectacular third leg, and it's all Ryan Clark from there.
Great pass from Holloway to Ryan Clark. And the first collegiate team to ever break 38 seconds, the Florida Gators, 37.97, season best for every other team in this final. Look at those amazing times. 38.08 gets you second. That is incredible. 38.17, the former record by the University of Houston. An incredible first race to start off these championships. Well, if he corrects those things, it's going to be a heck of a race. At the SECs, they were stride for stride the second half of the race, and Roberts just had the more momentum coming off the final hurdle. Ran 13.07 there, ran 13.06 on Wednesday. It's the second best performance ever. Only Nehemiah's 13 flat is a better performance amongst collegians, and he has that 13.07 from the SEC meet 4 weeks ago. He is in the zone. He has hit his stride at the exact right time.
Well, and I think it really came together for him late in the indoor season when he began just keeping up with Grant. And then all of a sudden at the NCAA championships, Grant breaks the collegiate record, but Daniel is still there. And that confidence he took into the outdoor season and has just been running with so much confidence, race after race after race. But here in the finals, Grant needs to put Daniel Roberts away early. He needs to use his superior sprint start and keep the pressure on Daniel the whole entire time. Daniel was able to come from behind and beat Grant at that SEC championship. What Daniel needs to do, though, is just keep in contact with Grant. And if he can keep in contact with Grant, he can hurdle just a little quicker over the last couple. He has a chance.
Holloway in 5, Roberts in 6. Great start for both. They're even over the first hurdle. Holloway starts to make the move. It's Grant Holloway, but here comes Daniel Roberts. He's a good finisher. He's pressing now. It's Holloway, it's Roberts. Holloway wins 3 in a row. 12:99, and the flags are straight down. Ronaldo Nehemiah's 40-year-old record has finally been broken. Corrected to 12:98 with 0.8 meters per second wind, well under the allowable.
And Daniel Roberts 13 flat, right behind him, Dwight. Wow, the greatest collegiate hurdle race we have ever seen.
It gave us everything that we could possibly expect, including now, after the collegiate record in the 4x100 meter relay, 10 more points for Florida.
Well, look at this start. Grant Holloway, the 60-meter indoor champion, he gets a little bit of a lead on Daniel Roberts. Daniel Roberts hits the first hurdle pretty hard, and this is where you see how great a hurdler Grant Holloway is. He feels the pressure from Daniel Roberts, and he doesn't do anything. He doesn't press. He doesn't try to go any faster. He just runs his race, and that's what takes him to the victory. Ronaldo Nehemiah said these guys need to stop talking about the record and just run races, and the records will come.
You can see Roberts pressing, but it did not take him out of his game, and he ends up running 13 flat. Epic 110-meter hurdle race at the NCAA championships. Holloway's been in 2 races, 2 collegiate records.
Grant just does not get off balance. He does not get his shoulders turned. He put his hands up while Daniel Roberts was diving to the line, but just, oh, fantastic hurdling. These 2 guys are going to be so instrumental in what the U.S. does in the next Olympic Games and World Championships.
Holloway with a collegiate record, first collegian ever under 13 seconds. Daniel Roberts 13 flat in second. Isaiah Moore forgotten basically in third at 13:37. And Grant Holloway downstairs with Laura Overton.
And he said the first thing he had to do was go hug Daniel Roberts before you came over for the interview. Grant, the collegiate record, how were you able to put together just such a perfectly executed race?
Exodus 4:14 says, let the Lord fight for you. All you gotta do is remain calm. That's what I did coming into this meet today. You know, Katie Cronus was a big part of this. She told me just to stay calm. Coach Holloway told me to stay calm. Coach L'Oreal told me to stay calm. My father told me to stay calm and just be you.
What does this collegiate record mean to you?
I'm speechless right now, I don't know. What does it mean to you?
Everything.
It means everything to me too.
Grant, 3 in a row. What do you have to say about this performance that you've put together here at the NCAA championships for your Florida Gators in search of another team title?
Thank you. That's all I got to say.
Congratulations, Grant. We'll see you back on the track.